the co-main event, we had Brandon Moreno versus Kai Kara France. I was sad I didn't go to this event, Will,
I
because
know, yeah. You're
of
right there.
Brandon Moreno specifically.
Well, we went there when Yair fought Frankie Edgar, and it was crazy for his walkout. I cannot imagine what it was like for Moreno's walkout in this one. I mean, on TV
It
it was
must
crazy,
have been
but
insane.
yeah,
Dude, and just the intensity that Moreno walks out
he's
with,
screaming
he's
and shit.
yelling,
Yeah,
he's like, I'm ready. And
yeah.
in Spanish, of course.
Like I believe
And
you.
then, and how about he makes the move to go from Tijuana, Mexico
Yeah,
to
two.
Kansas City with
Yeah,
the James
the
Krause.
Krause. Yeah,
We have been hoovering James Krause for the longest time
I
already,
know.
saying that
And
this
he was
guy's a phenomenal
fantastic.
coach. He was so good, but we say it over and over and over again. We listen to his corner work, and we're always like, man, the James Krause is just in a different level. He's a great
Yeah.
fighter, but he's a phenomenal coach. And
Mhm.
then Brandon Moreno, being part of the Spanish broadcast team, listens into the corners and listens into one of the fights where James Krause was cornering, was like, I need that guy in my corner.
Yeah, it's
So he
crazy.
goes to Glory
To
MMA.
Kansas. Yeah. Yeah,
Awesome.
very cool. Krause did a fantastic job this whole fight. You hear him, and Moreno did a fantastic job listening to him throughout the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he was calling for combos, it was immediate. He'd find it. Uh, yeah, I thought the two of them worked phenomenally this whole fight. Very cool to see. Cool
So
to
that
see
was the
Krause
third
get a
title
belt.
fight that Crouch has coached.
Krause,
First belt. Uh, yeah, Krause. Sorry.
not to be confused with the other coach, Crouch.
Yeah, but it's the first belt coming back to Glory MMA, right?
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. And a
Awesome.
belt coming back to Brandon Moreno. But yeah, the fight, it was fight of the night. This was kind of, in my opinion, this was like the people's main event. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Because, I mean, they fought before, yeah, but I mean, Kai Kara France lately has like really come into his own and has shown what he's capable of. And Moreno, obviously, he's already defined himself as a champion and an entertaining fighter. I mean, the dude's massive. And
He's a superstar, man.
he's a superstar. And that first round, he looked flawless. He looked so
Mm-hmm.
good that first round. The jab, the lunging left hook was landing. Like, yeah, the hands out.
The hands, the head movement, dude, up and down.
Yeah,
He's so unorthodox
it's
with
very
his
strange.
approach.
Yeah, elbows in tight,
Yeah,
elbows in tight, hands out. Yeah, and he's like,
dude. Yeah, like,
it's
what's
so
going
funny,
on,
dude.
And
Yeah,
but it
but it's
works for
great
him.
head movement. Great head movement, great movement in general. Never
The
got
adjustment
backed
on his
up.
stance.
hmm The adjustment on stance, his ability to keep Kai Kara France on the fence instead of just following him. Chris Curtis needs to watch this fight. You know what I mean? After that last fight against Jack Hermanson, um, because Kai Kara France, he's going to throw that overhand right there, and he lands it, and he landed it a few times, and I was like, oh no, because he drops people with that. But Moreno ate him, but he can't throw that moving backwards. He has to be moving forward. So
Yep.
Moreno to be able to just pressure, cut off the cage. Kai Kara France would try to throw the step in leg kick to back him up to kind of allow himself to move forward, and he would scoot right out of it, and then he's right back in his face, landing that lunging left hook, the jab. I mean, just that first round firing on all cylinders for Brandon Moreno.
Yep. And the way that he was mixing in his kicks at the end of some of his combos too.
Yeah, that little high kick.
Yep, just fantastic job. And then there was the body kick.
Oh my god, dude.
How loud was that? It was so loud that
Yeah,
I thought as soon as I heard, I was like, oh man, he just kicked the cup.
yeah,
Because it was that loud. I was like, dude, he
Mhm.
probably broke his cup right now. And then you
Yeah.
see him collapse, and I was like, oh no, that was a bad low
It's a
blow.
it's a bad one.
Yeah, but dude, it was just perfectly placed.
Yeah.
Kai Kara France. There's always that small delay,
hmm
when you see
The
somebody
body
get hit with
shot.
that body shot or a liver shot. But this was pretty quick, man. Like he gets kicked
Yeah.
and he just steps back and was like, "Oh, my body's shutting down right now."
Yeah. Well, Moreno did such a good job of throwing the combo with the left high kick, and then this time he goes to the body with it, and it was a whole chain. Like he flowed into it, threw it as Kai Kara France was moving away, moved right into it, and I mean it was perfect. And the follow up shots were nasty too. He jumped on him, and
Smell blood.
smell blood. I mean, he's a finisher. It reminded me of when he dropped Figgy in their second fight.
Mm-hmm.
when he dropped him and just immediately was on him, got the submission. This time he didn't get
He takes
the
whatever you give
submission,
him.
but and that's what a champion does. Someone who can like seize the opportunity when it happens. When Kai Kara France landed the right hand in the first time, he backed him up with it. He threw it again, but he timed it. Moreno timed it, ducked it, shouldered in on the single leg, and it's not like he was hurt. It's just, oh, if you're going to over extend yourself like that, I'm taking advantage of it. It's not forcing anything. It's just taking what you can get, and that's something that defines a champion. Someone who's able to do that in the moment. He looked phenomenal.
He really did, man. He really did.
Yeah.
Now
Shout out
the
Douglas
end, you
Crosby.
see.
Had Kai Kara France winning rounds 1 and 2, uh,
Oh boy,
going into the
oh boy.
third.
And then in the end, you see Figgy come in, right?
That
And I
was,
was like,
dude. Oh,
in
so
my head,
awkward and
I
ugh.
was like, what's going on here? This is so like Bellator. This is so bare knuckle boxing. Like
And
you
like,
usually don't see this in the UFC. And then the security guards like open up the little gate for him. He walks in with the sunglasses. And Daniel Cormier always says, man, there's only two people that wear sunglasses indoors. You either blind or you're an
yeah,
asshole.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So this guy
But
walks up.
it was weird too, because like, at least wait for Moreno to finish his answer. So he's like halfway through his answer, and then all of a sudden, Figgy's standing in his face, and he's still trying to finish his answer. And you could tell he started being and then like trying to remember what he was saying, because now he's got
Yeah.
some guy he's fought 3 times standing in front of him, and it's
Could he
like,
have
at
handled
least
it any better, though?
Moreno, no, fantastic. Just
Almost as
says like,
flawless as his first round.
I honestly think he answered it so well that Figgy was like, all right, I'll roll with
Yeah.
this. Like, because he was going to go in there and talk some shit, because Figgy's been trying to be like a heel, and instead he
Yeah.
was like, I can't really say anything to that.
Dude, he took his sunglasses off after he said that. And he's
Yeah.
like, you know what? Let me be
Pummeled
real
him a
real
little bit.
what, guys? Let me be real.
Yeah,
And he,
because
even
what did
Figgy,
Moreno say? He
well,
was like,
Figgy
yeah,
said, that his dad's in the house
Moreno.
watching that. His daughter's
Mhm.
in the house watching this. He wanted to be a good example for his
Yeah,
daughter, but wanted to be a good example for everybody. And he told them, I don't hate you, man. I forgive you for whatever it is that you said or did to me. And I hope you're able to forgive me for anything that I might have done that might have hurt you. And
yeah.
what do you say?
He takes his sunglasses off. He's like, I respect him too.
Yeah.
I
But
think the UFC
even
was like,
Figgy said,
shit.
even Figgy said, he was like, dude, this is his moment and I don't want to take it away from him.
Yeah,
I
it
think he
seems
regretted
so
walking in
weird.
there.
I don't think he was really planning on it. I think they were like, "Hey, you're here. Let's do it." The last time that they did this, I feel like it was when
Brock Lesnar.
DC beat Stipe and Brock Lesnar brought in, and it was like, "But we're still gonna do the rematch. Like, what are we doing?" And he's got his slacks and his cowboy boots, and I was like, "Dude, this looks
It was such a shit
ridiculous." And
show.
he pushed him, and then Stipe's over like the greatest UFC heavyweight of all time. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It was such a
it's
shit show.
it never goes smoothly. Never.
No.
Just don't do it.
Ask bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah.
You know how
It
many rumbles they've had just out of
I think it's
nowhere with random
I think
people?
that's by intention.
Yeah, that might be.
Let's be real.
They're like, wait, somebody from the stands is walking into the ring right now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a brawl. And
Yeah.
but no, props to Moreno. He handled this absolutely perfectly.
Yeah.
Props to him for winning the belt yet again, man.
Mhm.
Interim
He's my
belt
champ.
is, but dude, he's a champ.
He's a champ. Yeah. And it gets weird. This division's a little weird because of how many times they fought between each other. Joe thought this was the third fight coming up, but they've already had 3. This is gonna be 4. Like, it's crazy.
It's
Has there
nuts.
ever been? I think it's the only time, right?
It'd be the only time, and you know what? They could
Yeah.
fight fucking 10 times, and I
I
would
know.
watch every single one because
Yeah,
their
so good.
first 3 fights have been amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
close,
seriously. So yeah,
you
you do
know?
that fight. They're talking about doing Brazil next year potentially.
Moreno said he
I don't know
wants to
what.
fight again.
Yeah, yeah,
Wants to fight
but
again in December, he said.
that's when Figgy will be ready. But if Dana's saying they're trying to do Brazil next year, either they can convince these guys not to fight in Brazil, or, uh, you know, or we wait. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I know Moreno on the post-fight press conference said, "I wait for Figgy all the time. I've been waiting for Figgy." And when you think,
Yeah.
like, I didn't really think about it that way,
Hmm.
but dude gets paid only if he fights.
Yeah.
So with all these issues that continue popping up with Figgy,
Hmm.
it's he's only fighting once a year. That's taking money away from him and his family. So I could
100%.
see Moreno saying, "I want to fight again one more time this year."
Yeah, and he's still pretty fresh. There's another guy that was supposed to challenge Moreno for the belt earlier, who also had an early finish. So it's like, did we just do that? Maybe,
I don't
maybe.
know. I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see what everybody else thinks. If anybody's
Yeah,
listening right now, comment in the chat box or social media somewhere. Just let us know whether you think that Moreno should just wait for that rematch against Figgy, even if it goes into next year. Or do you want to see him in there again before the end of the year? I know I selfishly want to see him in there again before the end of the year because I love watching Brandon Moreno fight. But I
yeah.
wonder what everybody else is thinking.
It gets weird when an interim champ is now defending his belt. That starts to get
Yeah.
weird because
Yep.
then it's like, should we just strip the champ because this is kind of ridiculous at
Yeah.
this point?
Blurry lines there. Hey everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.